Time magazine called him the unsung hero behind the internet. CNN called him a father of the internet. President Bill Clinton called him one of the great minds of the information age. He has been voted history's greatest scientist of African descent. He is Philip Emeagwali. He's coming to Trinidad and Tobago to launch the 2008 Kwame Ture lecture series on Sunday, June 8th at the JFK Auditorium, UWI St. Augustine, 5 p.m. The Emancipation Support Committee invites you to come and hear this inspirational mind address the theme, crossing new frontiers to conquer today's challenges. This lecture is one you cannot afford to miss. Admission is free, so be there on Sunday, June 8th, 5 p.m. at the JFK Auditorium, UWI St. Augustine.
The scientific discoverer discovered things that pre-existed. The technological inventor invented things that did not previously exist. Parallel processing pre-existed before I experimentally discovered it. But the new parallel processing supercomputer that solves grand challenge problems did not previously exist until I, Philip Emeagwali, invented it. I experimentally discovered how and why parallel processing makes computers faster and makes supercomputers fastest, and I experimentally invented how to use that new supercomputer knowledge to build a new supercomputer that encircled a globe and encircled it in the manner the internet encircled a globe. I will take a retrospective look on my quest for the fastest supercomputers during the 16 years onward of June 20, 1974. Back in 1974, I conceived a hyperball internet that communicated across computers and did so via amateur radio. In 1975, I was in the Ham Radio Club in Corvallis, Oregon, United States. Radio communication between computers was my original substitute for email communication between computers. I will look back on how I emailed to and from the 2 to power 16 or 64 binary thousand processors of my parallel processing machine that is de facto a new internet. I experimentally discovered that 64 binary thousand commodity processors that are married together as one cohesive internet and married by one custom interconnect or fast interconnect paths that is comprised of one binary million email wires can be harnessed to reduce 65,536 days or 180 years of time to solution on one processor to just 1 day of time to solution across 65,536 processors that are networked together as a small copy of the internet. I discovered that new internet as an orphan in the world of the vector processing supercomputer. None of the 25,000 vector processing supercomputer programmers of the 1980s showed the massively parallel processing supercomputer some love. In the 1980s, I was the only full-time programmer of the most massively parallel processing supercomputer ever built. In the 1980s, I discovered the massively parallel supercomputer to be like a book that sat on the library shelf for 180 years and sat without once being checked out. I experimentally discovered how to email codes and data to unique email addresses, each a unique string of 16 zeros and ones. I visualized my email messages as the 16-bit long names of each of my 2 to the power 16 codes and as many processors. Synchronized emailing is one of the keys to my experimental discovery that is often remembered as my contribution to the development of faster computers and the fastest supercomputers. Through synchronized emailing, I experimentally discovered that a massively parallel processing supercomputer that is powered by the slowest 2 to the power 16 processors, that is de facto a small copy of the internet, can be harnessed to compute faster than the fastest serial computer or the fastest vector processing supercomputer. That experimental discovery is my contribution to the development of massively parallel processing, the technology that drives the fastest supercomputer.
Insightful and brilliant lecture.